Are you thinking about making a big move but don't know where to go? What if there was a place where you could have it all? Such as thriving city, nature escapes, great job outlook, and friendly community. Well, you and your family should definitely set that GPS to Charlotte, North Carolina. Today, we're diving deep into all the reasons why you should move to Charlotte, North Carolina. And in 6 words, you're not going to want to miss this. Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name's Paul Early for all you returning subscribers. And if we're just meeting, we dive deep into all the reasons why people are moving or relocating to Charlotte, North Carolina, or even Lake Norman. So subscribe to this channel to always stay up to date with that. Now we get all the time, oh, I want to move to North Carolina. I want to move. Where should I go? Okay, I found the spot. I want to go to Charlotte. But what's the weather like? A lot of people, when they find out that the weather here in Charlotte, North Carolina, is absolutely awesome, they make the move. A lot of people say, hey, what brought me to Charlotte, North Carolina? What brought me to Lake Norman was the weather, was the actual feeling of getting all 4 seasons, from spring, summer, fall, and winter. They want to see it all, and they want to pay a big price for it, and they want to be able to experience the landscape and literally see it and feel it. And Charlotte, North Carolina has all of that. When we are in the springtime, if you're in uptown Charlotte, you will see the beautiful dogwood trees starting to bloom right there off of Tryon Street. And then as we move on into summer, what you need to be aware of? Well, the degree could be a little bit hot depending on where you're coming from. Naturally, we could up 87 degrees, 90, and every once in a while above 100, yes. But what you really need to be on the lookout for, and I'm saying this because we helped one of our clients move from up north, and they literally said, hey, wow, it's humid down here. And if we didn't have the AC running 24/7, whoo, I don't know how they can do it. So we're staying more inside this summer. Man, let me tell you, moving from the north down here in June and July, wow, it's hot. And I gotta say, whew, I agree with you. I absolutely hate the humidity. I'm not a fan of it, absolutely not. And growing up, playing all the sports you can outside, running all over the place, wow, it was tough. It was tough, yeah, absolutely. So summers can be hot, but the good news with that is it's very easy to find a pool to cool off. Hey, we have got YMCA's all over the place, pools to cool off, and if that's not enough, just go take a dunk at the public beach access in Lake Norman. You can also go to Mountain Island Lake or even Lake Wiley. So we got a lot of options here, not to mention the Whitewater Center where you can jump in the water, maybe even go rafting. Hey, lots of fun things to do. But yes, summer times can be pretty hot. Then as we go into fall, oh my goodness, and you get to see the foliage. Currently, we are experiencing that right now. There's a lot of people that, do drive up to the Blue Ridge, and here in North Carolina, we're more in this area in the Piedmont, but it's very easy to get to the Blue Ridge to see that massive, beautiful Blue Ridge Parkway as the leaves are changing, and it's just a little bit away from us. But do you need to do that? No. The leaves are going to change a little bit slower down here in the Piedmont versus, up in the mountains. So yeah, we get a lot of people that are coming down from the north, or even we have those southern birds, which we'll call Florida, coming up because, they do have rental properties or investment properties in Charlotte, so they can just jump on over a little skibbity-doo and see the Blue Ridge. So, be aware of that. And then wintertime, oh my goodness, back to wintertime. All right, this is the true of it all. First things first, we don't have the infrastructure, aka the taxes. We don't really pay for the taxes for salting the roads. So what does that mean? What that means is we get a lot of ice on the roads. Now, in North Carolina, we do have crashes, absolutely. And a lot of people, because we are here in North Carolina, don't know how to drive in the wintertime. So what you will see is, oh man, we've got an inch coming in, maybe 2 inches. Every once in a while, we'll get 3 or 5 inches. We're not getting, I mean, if we ever get 5 inches, that's like a Hail Mary. That does not happen. We just get a few inches. And normally what happens is it comes, it dusts, and then the next thing you know, it's gone because the next day it's just that warm. So it will be warm, the ground will get cold, it will then be wet on the ground. Overnight, it will freeze. So your early morning commute, you could run into ice, black ice. Now this is great for kids because the schools just shut that down. We don't even mess with that. Shut down, and we get great winter snow days, which, I remember when I was a kid, everyone loves that. Speaking of which, I've lived in North Carolina my whole life, so I absolutely know what it's like from, coast, to Piedmont, to the mountains, what it's like. Now, we're talking about Charlotte, North Carolina, and so naturally the snowfall is not that great. But as we go more to the mountains, yeah, that snowfall is going to increase, absolutely. And, that's important because we get a lot of traffic when it comes to skiing and snowboarding in the mountains. Appalachian, go over to Sugar Mountain, Beach Mountain, and so on and so forth. So yeah, we do have winter sports here. So, if you want to cross country ski, if you want to ski, if you want to snowboard, absolutely, you can definitely do that, and it's very, very popular. But because the snowfall is not that amazingly deep like you'll see out west, well, you're gonna get artificial snow on the mountain, and once again, ice. So just be aware that you may need a four-wheel drive, maybe not, but just absolutely know that there will be ice on the road, absolutely, because we don't have the infrastructure for the salting of the roads, and that's going to lead to your pros and cons with that. So you need to be aware of that and think ahead when moving here to Charlotte, North Carolina. Here in Uptown Charlotte, we are the hub, the home, the headquarters of many financial institutions. So we get a lot of people moving here to work in finance, but I don't want to push away from, we also technology. We get a lot of people moving for that, and also in healthcare, namely Atrium and Novant. But getting back to the headquarters, being home to 6 Fortune 500 companies. Additionally, Honeywell, a Fortune 100 company, has moved its global corporate headquarters to Uptown Charlotte, with Bank of America and Wells Fargo also prominently stationed in the city. Charlotte is the second largest banking center on the eastern seaboard in the United States, making it a magnet for job seekers in finance and other industries. And getting back to healthcare, Atrium and Novant, they have specialties across a vast array of different medical services. And it's also leaders in research and also leaders in hiring. Currently also investing millions of dollars in projects to expand their reach in a quickly growing metropolitan area. Here in Charlotte, we have a warm and thriving, growing neighborhoods and community. Charlotte has seen rapid growth to become the third fastest growing major city in the United States, with a population of approximately 872,000, according to 2018 census. The city embodies Southern hospitality, with residents frequently engaging in friendly conversations and showing genuine care towards others. Absolutely. I mean, you can see it every single day as you're driving down your neighborhood. Everyone waves, just wave back. Strangers will just out of nowhere wave. I remember when I was just going to go work out, and as I'm going in, someone's coming out and they said, "Hey, have a great workout." I'm like, "Yeah, have a great workout." But wait a second, oh, have a good day. And that's North Carolina friendly Southern hospitality. And I love it. With everyone being so nice, it's a key attraction for people moving here from out of town. However, there's a little bit of a dark side of that. With so many people moving to North Carolina, sometimes they're bringing their bad habits. What I mean by that is, talking with a lot of folks, they feel like it's just not as super friendly as it was maybe back in the 90s than it is today in the 2020s. With a lot of people holding on to their bad habits, maybe not realizing that they should wave or they should be open up. But let me tell you something, how you catch more flies vinegar or honey. And what you notice here is that people start to get the hang of it, and those bad habits start to fold off, melt off, and next thing you know, hey, they're happy, you're happy, they're having lovely times, you're having lovely times, and hey, it's just, it's just around and around about we go. But we've kind of run into a sticky situation. I mean, currently we've had some pretty hard times with a COVID pandemic, with rumors of wars and wars currently going on, with large inflation spiking and individuals wondering, oh man, how much is it going to be at the gas tank today? Never, ever has it ever been $3 to get gas here in North Carolina. And average wise, as of right now in 2023, for regular, you're looking at $3. If you can find it somewhere below $3, please call me, because that gas station is going to run out of gas immediately. And a lot of this has to do with inflation and the uncertainty. So what you're starting to notice is that people are planning their drives or carpooling, which is really great because we do have infrastructure to help with that. And so if you are thinking about making the move, a suggestion would be to figure out what you think your transit time is going to be to your employer, whoever that is. So do you want to drive 30 minutes to and from work? Do you want to drive a little bit more? Or do you want to just be right there so you can just walk right on over to work? Hey, these are conversations that we have all the time with clients giving us a call. And that's why you got to call us, because we know the area from Lake Norman to the Charlotte Uptown and the surrounding suburbs. We've got your back. And remember, it's our pure focus promise that we never stop working for you. Oh, by the way, that phone number and email that's popping up on the screen, either myself or Elizabeth will definitely be answering those phone calls or emails. So feel free, reach out. We absolutely love it when you do. We've got convenient and ever expanding transportation here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Starting at the International Charlotte Airport. Here in Uptown Charlotte, depending on where you're living, could be 20 minutes, 15 minutes, or in the Lake Norman area, same thing, actually, could be 20, 25, maybe even 30 minutes to the Charlotte International Airport. One of the busiest airports in the nation based on total flights, and also a hub of American Airlines. So if you need to jump around, maybe you need to get to California, maybe you need to take the jet up to New York, done that. Maybe you want to trade the open in London, which naturally here, United States Eastern Seaboard time would be 3 a.m. If you want to jump over the pond and say, hey, let's grab some tea and crumpets, absolutely you can, because we got an international airport. And hey, and these are one-way flights. You may have to stop in Georgia and then jump over, but either way, you're not going to be held down. I know in a lot of states, I mean, if you need to get anywhere, you have to go to the airport. But here in Charlotte, because we're just located where we're located, you can jump to the mountains, you can jump to Tennessee. Let's just be honest, you can jump to Tennessee, you can jump down to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, you can jump over to Virginia Beach, you can jump, in case we're still talking about beaches, Wilmington Beach, Huntington Beach, you can even jump over to Bald Head Island. Have you ever heard of Hilton Head? Absolutely. So there's a lot. If you can jump in your car, we've got some great interstates to get you where you need to go. But when it comes to the infrastructure that's not air-based or car-based, we do have some transit lines that could really help you if you're looking to move around the city environmentally friendly. And those are, for local commuting, the Charlotte Area Transit System, or CATS, offers a variety of options, including a bus rapid transit line known as the Sprinter, a light rail line called the Lennox Blue Line, and a streetcar line named City Lennox Gold Line, making getting around the city and its surroundings quite convenient. Let's also help you understand and mention that if you do have to take I-77, either south or north, that you can ride in the expressway. And remember, as long as you have the placard, okay, that you'll get from them, so you have to register to get this magnetic placard. What that will do is it will help recognize if you're just driving by yourself or if you're in carpool mode. And if you are in carpool mode, to drive on I-77 Expressway, it's free for you. And there's some other advantages of driving on I-77 Expressway. If, let's say, you have a flat tire, they, for free, will come out and assist you because it's just that, it's like expressway and they need to get you off. So we will put the phone number if you need their assistance. If you ever do ride I-77, it will be in the description below, along with other works cited. Something also to be aware, I've noticed, and I don't know if it's super true with the inflation when it comes to riding on the I-77 Expressway, but you're looking at $3 and $5 and going all the way to like uptown Charlotte. I mean, from what I noticed, it's like 2.7 and 3 miles every single ding. So going all the way down there, I mean, think about it. It could get really expensive going all the way down, all the way up on the expressway. And if you do that for 52 weeks out of the year, wow, I would love to see that total. Well, what about the kids? What about the family? Absolutely. Charlotte is great for raising kids of all ages. And why is that? Because there's always something to do. In Charlotte, if your kid wants to play in outside sports, they absolutely can. Soccer is huge here. Club soccer is very huge. Then we also have basketball, AAU. And then we got football, absolutely, that's big. And even baseball, softball, tennis, there's always something to do. But if, let's say, they don't want to play any of those sports, what if they want to learn coding? Yeah, we absolutely have computer coding camps here in Charlotte, uptown Charlotte. So there's a lot to do when it comes to building confidence and know-how and learning all these many skills, whether it be a team-based sport or something like coding. Charlotte's got your back to get you and your family out and about and having a great amounts of fun. Also, we do have some great museums. Not to mention in Huntersville, we do have Discovery Place. And as we get into uptown Charlotte, we've got a lot of activities to keep you and your young ones not only mentally stimulated, but also physically as well, with all these awesome activities. Now, do you remember when I was alluding to what other things there is to explore here in uptown Charlotte? Well, yeah, Charlotte, here it is strategically located. With just a few hours, 2-hour drive or so to Appalachian to see the Blue Ridge, or perhaps you've heard of the Biltmore, beautiful state in Asheville. We can just get right on over there, very easy drive. Or perhaps you want to go to the beach, a beach such as Myrtle Beach, or a beach like Riceville Beach, or even if you want to go to Bald Head Island or even Hilton Head. You know, one of those beaches there, that's only 3 hours drive. So these drives are very, very easy to get to based upon the strategic location of Charlotte. And if you want to get to Nashville, Tennessee, that's easy to get there too. All these options make it just perfect for weekend rejuvenating activities for you and your loved ones to share and build memories that you'll remember forever. Here in Charlotte, we have diverse neighborhood vibes, from urban to suburban or something in between that you can definitely get with South Park or Myers Park. We've got it all, from Noda to Loso to Midtown. You got a huge array of options as to what's fitting your lifestyle. And then, not to mention, we also have, you know what I'm gonna say, Lake Norman. Lake Norman, the most south, is gonna be Huntersville. If you wanna just kind of peek on over to Westport or Denver, or if you wanna go a little bit north of Huntersville because you wanna live in Cornelius or Morrisville, or even super north in Troutman, just be aware that those Lake Norman communities, you will be having to take a drive into uptown Charlotte, versus the other communities noted, Myers Park, South Park, Noda, Loso, and Midtown. That's just really surrounding uptown Charlotte. And I don't want to forget Dilworth in there. And also, I always like to say Foxcroft and Elizabeth. And a lot of people are moving to Ballantyne, which is a little bit even more south. And that's like really right there on the South Carolinian border. In a way, I mean, you do have other people that are actually living in South Carolina and then actually commuting over into uptown Charlotte. So a lot of vibes, a lot of different lifestyle opportunities for whatever fits you, your family, need. Extra, extra, read all about it. I'm gonna have to throw this one in here because a lot of people that are out of town will find it absolutely mesmerizing, and I don't understand why you're talking in exits, right? Well, as you move outside of uptown, you're coming back more north into the Lake Norman area. You need to be aware exit 23 is Huntersville, exit 25 is also Huntersville, but that's more the Birkdale Mall. And we'll be doing videos on that as well. And as we go a little bit more north, we'll run into Cornelius, and Cornelius is going to be exit 28. And here in Cornelius, you'll have so much to do. There is a lot to do in Cornelius. And with that being said, you got the Peninsula, great yacht club, and off of Jeton Road, we also have amazing parks, Ramsey Park, where if you, during the summer months, want to hit the community public Lake Norman Beach, you're absolutely, come on, it's so much fun. And as we go a little bit north from Cornelius, we're going to run into Davidson. Davidson's exit 30. Perhaps you've heard of Steph Curry, who's currently playing in the NBA at the Warriors, but he got his start right there in Davidson College. Yes, isn't that great? And then as we keep going a little bit north, we're now going to run into Morrisville. And Morrisville's got different exits, and depending on what exit you want to hit can really save you a lot of traffic and commute time. That's why we're going over this as of right now. So exit 33 is Morrisville, but it's kind of like known as Mount Morn. And that one right there can save you a lot of time if you know how to work it correctly in with your current GPS location, meaning getting back to where you want to go, because you got secret routes from there, exit 33. And then we go a little bit further, we got exit 35. Now, exit 35 is also Morrisville, but that one's really known as Brawley School Road. You know that you're hitting it because Costco is going to be right there. And on Brawley School Road, massive amounts of activity. And if you go all the way down Brawley School Road, you're going to run into the Point, which is where the Trump golf course is, and it'll waterside Lake Norman homes. But let's not also forget, I'm going to throw it in there because we got friends, people moving there all the time. The Farms is also just a little bit outside the Point. And if you go down that road, you all will have a public drop-in near the end of it. So as we go a little bit more north, Mooresville also has exit 36, which is really River Highway. And that's now in the bread, the butter of Morrisville. You know, one way to the left, you're going over Sherrill's Ford. Well, first you'll go into Terrell and then Sherrill's Ford. And then if you want to wrap all the way around, now you're coming all the way back to Denver and Westport. So big one there is the River Highway. And if you go right, you can go to the beautiful and well-known historic downtown of Morrisville. But if you just want to keep going north, then let's get you up to exit 42, which is Troutman, and that's where you have the Lake Norman State Park. So depending on your exit, you can really help people know where you're headed or where you're going to meet them if you want to grab a quick bite to eat. Now you're probably wondering when I was going to tell you about the sports. Yeah, we've got sports for any fan. If it comes to the NFL, the Panthers. If it comes to the NBA, the Charlotte Hornets. If it comes to the MLS, yeah, we got FC Charlotte. And it's just so much fun to go check out these awesome sport venues. Let's not forget NASCAR, the Motor Speedway. So if you're looking for a sports game or a race, there's always something to do. And if that wasn't enough, we also have the AHL, Charlotte's Checkers, and we also have minor league baseball, the Charlotte Knights, which if you ever get to go into that stadium, not only talking about Bank of America Stadium, which is where football and soccer play, but also the minor league stadium, that's so much fun. Grab yourself some popcorn, a hot dog, a corn dog, maybe a beverage or so, and you get to see the beautiful, I mean, it just literally opens up, and you get to see the beautiful skyline and the towers of Charlotte, lighting up while you're watching the game. It is some of the best memories that you could make and will make with your friends, family, colleagues, and kids. Moving right along, calling all foodies. If you want to enjoy some amazing dining from anywhere from 9-course, 5-course meals to speakeasies that are dotted around uptown Charlotte, to local breweries, to maybe not so well-known independent eateries, to chain eateries, Charlotte, North Carolina has it all. And if you know anything about Charlotte, you know I'm headed there. You gotta check out the barbecue. Depending on which style you enjoy, Eastern or Lexington, we've got you covered. I double finger promise you on that one. From Carolina barbecue to international cuisines like Japanese, Mexican, and Indian, the city offers a delightful taste bud journey that caters to all tastes. Not to forget the local wineries from uptown Charlotte, that's just a drive away. Coming in at number 10, hey, is abundant and well thought out, thoughtful greenways. Whether you're a biker enthusiast, or maybe you're a runner, or maybe you're just someone that wants to take the dog out for a walk, yeah, we've got your back here. And we also, it's very important with a lot of people moving here, they always ask, hey, with the sidewalks, will I have lighting? Well, depending on where you're moving, the answer is either yes or no. And that's why a lot of people reach out to us to help figure out what is going to meet my lifestyle for what I'm looking for currently in this environment. And we love helping you guys out. You know, it's our pride and joy. You'll find trails, parks to explore and appreciate nature. We've got rich outdoor and recreational options. Whether you're an adventurer or enthusiast or a nature lover, the city has something to offer. Let's not forget the U.S. National Whitewater Center provides activities like whitewater rafting, zip lining, and then, you know where I'm headed. Yes, you do. Lakes such as Lake Norman, Mount Island Lake, or even Lake Wylie provides you so many options to hit the water, whether that's a public drop-in for your boat or jet skis, or a public beach access during the summers, or even when you get on the water, water sports. Whether we're going tubing, jet skiing, maybe you just want to go fishing because you want to catch some catfish or largemouth bass. Absolutely. Lake Norman is a very busy lake, and here, as you come on in to the fall months, you may notice that the lake starts to drop a little bit. So if you are looking for waterside Lake Norman lakefront properties, here's a little hint. This is another reason why we get a lot of calls is my boat gonna fit here? Do I have a dock? How can I get a dock? What are the papers that I need to make sure that everything that the seller did to the dock is actually registered and okay with Duke Power? You need to know that Duke owns the water in the waterways of Lake Norman. So these are some massive questions that you may not have the answers to, and another reason why we do get a lot of calls and help people move to waterfront homes. Waterfront homes on any one of these lakes. But one thing you should be aware of, Lake Wylie can and does go from North Carolina into South Carolina. So depending on where you are there, you could be still North Carolina side or South Carolina side. Additionally, museums are dedicated to art, history, and motorsports that you can find in uptown. So you may be asking yourself, hey, that sounds great, but how much is it? What is it like? How much is the cost in Mecklenburg? Well, Realtor.com states that median listing home price in Mecklenburg County, North Carolina, was $450,000. This is September 2023, trending up by 4.7% year over year. Plus, homes in Mecklenburg County are selling approximately at the asking price, making it a seller's market still in September 23, which means that there are more people looking to buy than there are homes available. Well, okay, I get it. That sounds pretty reasonable. You know, I live in New York, or I live in California, or I live somewhere else. Our home prices are a lot more expensive. It sounds pretty pretty easy based upon what I get for my money. So how does it compare? Well, going back to Realtor.com, looking at New York and Las Vegas, California, it goes like this. In New York, comparatively speaking, from Realtor.com in September 23, the reporting median listing home price is about $799,000, whereas in Los Angeles, California, it's $1.3 million. So all of this to say that the WCNC.com, just simply a local station here in Charlotte, reports that we have a lack of affordable housing. Charlotte leaders have been working for years on solutions, and the new UDO seeks to create more affordable options across the city. WCNC Charlotte Kia Murray says you might be able to do better than the listed price. With so many people moving, especially because they're moving from Chicago, LA, and New York, rent keeps climbing, Murray said. Anticipate your rents going to go up. I think you'll agree with me. Going back to where we were in the beginning of this video, Charlotte, North Carolina has it all. So much to offer. And that's why we get so many calls, texts, and emails from people just like you looking to move to Lake Norman or even relocate to Charlotte, North Carolina. But you gotta give us a call, text, or email. Absolutely love it when you do. And that number on the screen is how you get a hold of us. Either myself, Paul Irely, or Elizabeth will get to you, and we'll definitely help you make that move to Charlotte or Lake Norman smoothly. Why? Because we have our results-based, pure focus promise, which is dedicated all about you, providing more value for you. So until next time, this is how you subscribe so you never miss anything else. Go ahead and give that a click, and you're gonna see a video popping up right now, right here, so you can dive into other deep dives in Charlotte, North Carolina. And until next time, I'll catch you later.